Let me clear my throat. I'm just like, welcome to another episode of Transform Perspective with Kyra. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got my handy dandy water. You could tell I watched Blue's Clues as a kid. Handy dandy water, handy dandy notebook. Don't you miss being a child? Anyways, I'm so grateful that you have tuned into this episode. Whether you're new to Transform Perspective or not, there's so much exciting content. I'm trying to get my word though. There's so much exciting content on Transform Perspective. Some new stuff, some changes happening. I recently introduced my new business, Relevance, and my first product that I've created, which is a self-reflection journal. Okay, it is a guided journal and it is 3 parts. So if you haven't heard about it or you want to learn more information, definitely stay tuned. Check out some of my Relevance content because now I'm kind of balancing both, which goes with the theme of this podcast for this season, which is finding inner balance. And I'm trying to find that outer balance as well with Transform Perspective content as well as this new business. I'm definitely learning about my passions, my purpose, and it has been a lot. There's been ups and downs, especially with where I am in life, and you probably have experienced this maybe as well when it comes to purpose or your passion. And I can only really speak for myself, and that's kind of what I'm going to be sharing today. Passion, purpose, how to find that, how to connect with that, and really kind of uncovering that truth for yourself. So I'm going to be sharing my experience on this topic today. And so I just wanted to start off with what I'm doing right now, which is my podcast, which is Transform Perspective, and introducing this new business and journal company, which ties into your inner balance, which ties into your mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. I always talk about journaling and give tips on how to connect with nature and just different things that I'm trying in life, not coming off as necessarily this guru or this person that has all the answers. It's just sharing my experience of learning, what truth is, what that means for me, and what it means to embody your true self. I think ultimately it's not anything that you have to try to become or try to be or even try to embody. I think it's what you are that you're discovering. And so there's many layers that are being kind of pulled away, and you start to see more clearly who you truly are at your core. And that can only be answered by you. And so when we're looking at the topic of purpose and passion, I feel like that's something that can only be uncovered by you. We can be inspired by other people and what they do, but really that true meaning is up to you. And that's going to look different for everybody. Like I said in past episodes and past videos, it's uniquely yours. It's uniquely your truth. And so people can help you with that, but it's really going to be uncovered by you in your own unique way. And I think a lot of times, including myself as well as other people, can get tripped up on this idea of purpose and passion being something solely outside of yourself, like a job, a career, success, fame, lots of followers, or maybe you want to be a mother or a father, or maybe you have a business or you're creating something, or maybe you do sports, or maybe you're a gymnast. We have all these different passions and purpose. Maybe you have an organization where you're donating clothes to other people, or you're planting trees. It's so many different things that we can do to contribute to helping the planet, helping other people, or just helping ourselves, and it can be a beautiful thing. There's so many different passions and purposes that we can be involved in and take on that feel good for us. And I think that is truly amazing. But we also have an inner purpose within ourselves that is connected to the outside world and what we do. But really, truly, our purpose inside is something that you discover in life that only you can answer as well. But it starts for your inner purpose. Who am I? Why am I here? You know, what's the point of my existence? These deep questions that not everybody asks, themselves, but you may come to a point in your life where you ask those questions like, who am I? Why am I here? And you have to really learn to explore that and discover that and be open to receiving that truth in your own, timing, using your own will. Not everybody does that, and that's okay. But the whole point of this channel and this business and, my experience in sharing this is because I came to that point where I was asking those questions of who am I? Like, what is even the point of being here? And it's a scary thing because you have to really be like vulnerable and open yourself to receiving what that is. And I'm still learning to receive that, still learning to receive what that means for me and uncovering my purpose and uncovering my passions. And I'm just sharing it, the process of me doing that, the journey of me uncovering it myself. And so I just wanted to start off with that. Starting this episode, I really want to just put that out there, that me doing this episode and me creating this podcast and this business and this new journal is a part of me uncovering my passion and purpose. And I've learned that I really have to start within and start with who I am first. And then your external passions and hobbies and things that you feel called to do or purpose will follow up. But I've noticed within myself and in life, there's such this drive and this urge and this priority of the outside purpose. What do I need to do with my life? Like, what am I going to do? I need to figure it out. I need to have it all together, as if that's like your main purpose for living. Like, that's the reason you live, your job, making money, or the business that you created, or this, just whatever outside thing, or being a wife or a husband or being a sister or brother or whatever it is. That is not necessarily your only reason for living. We have our external reasons, and then there's something internally that goes beyond that. And I think learning about both of these things is both equally important. But as I always say, it starts inside. It starts in your inner world. And, you connecting with that truth of who you are. And I feel like we can use so many fancy words and terms. And it's like, well, what does that mean? What does truth mean? What does who I am mean? Ask that out loud and then see what's shown to you. See what, life brings forth for you to remember that for yourself. Because nobody can answer it for you. And so through this process of me doing this myself, me just sharing my experience and doing this podcast and this new business and everything, I'm learning, and it's being revealed to me too. But when it comes to passion and purpose, start with the inside purpose. Okay. What's your reasoning for being here? Who are you? And I'm not saying ask those questions to try to answer it up egoically or try to find it, figure it out in your mind. No, just say it out loud and then allow life to show you who you are. Allow, just this moment to be that revelation for you. It's nothing that you have to go, looking for. Your purpose, your passion, what you're meant to do, why you're here and what you're meant to be here for, it finds you. And that's what I've discovered recently, is that you don't have to go chasing these things outside of yourself to figure out who you are, figure out what your inner purpose is or outer purpose is. It's just like these things find you, these realizations and awakenings and just remembering who you are, or kind of this spark for what you really like or what you feel called to do. It finds you. So it's kind of like breathe, chill out, and let your passion find you. Let your purpose awaken in you. Learn to surrender to it. And it's okay to be interested and want to know these things, but ask yourself, why? Why do I feel this urge to figure out my life? Why do I feel this urge to know my purpose or my passions? And what does that mean for you? A lot of these deep questions, you just need to ask them and let them be answered when they're meant to be answered. You don't necessarily have a mental answer to give a lot of the times, and that's okay. That's literally okay. It's okay to not have the answers. And so when you're looking at your purpose and your passion, keep that in mind. It's okay to not have the answers. You know, it's very open-ended, it's very vast, and sometimes it could be scary. But if you're really looking to, you know, um, uncover this purpose and uncover this passion, you kind of gotta trust fall into the unknown. And sometimes you may not have the answers. I want to also say with that, not only focusing on your inner purpose or your outer purpose, with both of those things, you can also kind of reflect and connect with some of the things you used to do as a child. So kind of just, redirecting the conversation in a new direction. If you are looking at purpose and passion on an inner and outer level, look at what made you feel passionate as a kid. Go take it back to childhood, to back in the day. What made you feel, curious and adventurous and brought joy to you? Or, what are those things that really, had you feel this spark? It doesn't have to be anything super deep. It can be as simple as wanting to play outside, or, did you make crafts as a kid? Did you build like Lego sets, or did you have a karaoke machine? Or did you make up dance routines? Did you play in the dirt and act like you were cooking a meal? What are some of the things you used to do as a kid, and how did you feel about it? How did it make you feel? Kind of reflecting on that ties into my self-reflection journal. Stay tuned for that. Check it out. But yeah, reflecting on that and really seeing how you can try some of those things today, wherever you are, whether you're a child, whether you're a teen, adult, an elder, reflect on your childhood. And I think that'll also help you uncover your purpose and your passion and the things that you like to do. I think as we grow up, especially in this society, and we have this, idea of what an adult is, you get a job, you work, it can sound very boring, very scary, and feel very trapped, like where's the fun in that? You can make it fun. And I think a way to make where you are in life, whether you're adult or not, make it fun is go back to childhood. What's something that you like to do? How did it make you feel? Try that stuff now. And maybe you'll, get this spark of this realization as far as what your passions are. Maybe there's some stuff that you really loved and really helped you be like in this creative flow state when you were a kid that you probably totally forgot about now, because we have a lot of different responsibilities and things that we prioritize. And sometimes your childhood and reflecting on those things you used to do isn't that. But maybe take out some time if you really want to see, okay, well, what do I like? What do I enjoy? What is my purpose? What do I want to do? Get into that. Get into some things that you did in your childhood and just give it a try. That's just a suggestion. As well as starting within who you are and learning about yourself. And in your day-to-day life, being open to, receiving these answers of who am I and what am I meant to do here, really calling on that guidance from within yourself, from God, from the universe, from even your loved ones on the external. But just having boundaries with that within yourself, with your own patterns and habits and limiting beliefs, having boundaries within yourself when you're looking at your inner purpose, but also having boundaries externally. When it comes to purpose and passion, I know for many of us, we can get tripped up in trying to live out someone else's dream, trying to live out someone else's expectations or lives or ambitions or goals, or, trying to live out what somebody else wants us to do. And so with boundaries, healthy boundaries, that is going to help kind of bring to the surface what you want to do. And your heart and your soul and your truth, what your passion is, what your purpose is. Because sometimes you may be called or feel this urge to do something internally and externally that may not align with what other people are telling you to do. That may not, other people may not agree. They may not get it. They may not see it. And that's okay. That could be part of your growth, your transformation, your learning who you are and why you're here. It is totally okay to take into consideration what your loved ones have to say, what your friends have to say, what strangers have to say, what society has to say. But make sure that you have strong, healthy boundaries within yourself, with yourself, Create boundaries within yourself with old patterns, limited beliefs, we have battles going on inside of ourselves, the unseen world, and then also physically with loved ones and people who you care about or are inspired by. Have those boundaries, take what resonates, the things that you feel, okay, that's some good advice, or I'll try that. And the stuff that doesn't, as scary as it can be, we're here to learn for ourselves, to experience for ourselves. And so you can take that advice and you can learn from it, whether it works or it doesn't. But just remember to have those healthy boundaries and trust yourself and trust what you feel is best for you, especially when it comes to your passion or your purpose or, your place in life and how you feel you can contribute to humanity, to society, and also within yourself, what you can do for you. Other people can help you and advise you and guide you. And that's a beautiful thing to have that support and love. But it's your journey, is your experience, and you have the answers and you have the keys. People will help you along the way, and that's awesome. But you also have to trust your own heart, your own intuition, and what's guiding you in a direction that maybe is unknown, but could be better than you've ever expected. It's not going to always feel comfortable, the things that you're meant to do, or you feel like it's great for you. It may feel uncomfortable, especially if you have other people and different circumstances that you're in that don't work well with it. But you can make that choice to just try. And like I said, trust fall into uncertainty, in order to uncover these passions, in order to uncover this purpose for yourself. But before I go, I want to say this one last thing. I am learning that your main purpose, you may have external purposes, other reasons for being here. Your main purpose is to just be. You are here, you're breathing, you are human, you exist, or maybe we don't exist, or regardless of what it is, you're having an experience. There's an experience going on. You're perceiving it. You're feeling it. You're here. You're learning from it. That's the purpose. I feel like that is the main purpose, is just, here you are. And then from there, as we learn to accept that and be in the present moment and, like I said, our outer purpose and maybe what we're meant to do or contribute to the world and humanity and ourselves in our day-to-day lives, that kind of just flows in. That kind of just, it works together. But you got to start with here. That's the purpose. Breathe and have an amazing day, and know that your purpose and your passion will find you. It'll find you. You don't have to keep running from it or trying to chase it. It'll find you, just like love in many different forms. We don't understand it, but it finds you and you experience it in many different beautiful ways. Just like many things, allow it to find you. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to run after it. Let it find you. Your passion, your purpose can be a very beautiful thing. It could be a very scary thing, but it's all a part of this journey. So be open to receiving what that is for you. I'm saying this because I'm telling myself this. Don't forget to subscribe to Transform Perspective. Stay tuned for any relevance content. Follow on TikTok and Spotify. I'm going to have plenty of content there. The episodes of Transform Perspective is still on Spotify. Like this video if you learned something new. Definitely comment your thoughts below. I definitely would love to interact with you guys and just talk about this topic because it's different for us all. So comment below. Share with anyone who you think would benefit from this episode or any of my content, as well as relevance. I'm so excited for this business and just to see where it goes. So stay tuned. I will be posting more information, updating y'all about this journey and so much more. So if you're interested, let me know through email, comment below, or just stay tuned. Don't forget about that free 15-minute guided meditation in the description below. Remember, it is not about perfection, but committing to expansion. Have a transformed perspective.